What's up guys, it's Lance from the Fireblazers video team. I hope y'all enjoyed Walking the Walk part 1 and 2, and we're starting a new series this week, and it's going to be Leaving a Legacy. Alright, I want you to pretend now that you passed away. You're gone. You're dead. Now I want you to think about what people would remember you as. Who were you? Think about Monday at school, teenagers. How do you think people would remember you? I mean, would they even notice that you were gone? What kind of influence were you? Would it be a big impact? Would it be an ordinary day without you there? How many people do you think you actually helped one day in school? Doing something nice to somebody or being a friend or whatever. How many people you think really would notice that you were gone? How many people would remember the good things about you? Or how many people would only remember bad things about you? How many people would only remember, the bad things that you did to them? Or maybe the good things you did to them, or did for them. Did you love? Did you treat people fairly or unfairly? Did you kind of single out people from your group because they didn't really fit in with you? Or they weren't really in your circle, line of friends? What kind of example were you? Did you push people away because of an altercation you had with them? A bad experience? Were you a cheerful person? Or were you kind of depressing to be around? Were you uplifting, or were you kind of on the other side of things? Will you be remembered for being a liar, a gossiper, a thief, a hypocrite, being a hateful person? I want y'all to sit back and reflect real quick on what you will be remembered for. Will you be the person that will be remembered for representing Christ and witnessing and standing up for God even when it's hard to? Were you a misfit for Christ, or were you kind of just fitting in? Were you joyful? Were you kind? Were you faithful? Were you loyal? You loyal. We the best. You a genius. I appreciate you. You smart. You very smart. Another one. And another one. And another one. What was that, sir, in the back? And another one. Yeah. Alright, I kind of got off track there, didn't I? Yeah, I need to go back on track. Yeah. Were you respectful? Were you caring? Were you that one person that you could always go to for help? Were you hardworking, or were you lazy? Were you funny, humorous? Were you honest? Were you always there when someone needed you? Were you fun to be around? Were you kind of two-faced? Were you hard to get along with? Were you a procrastinator? That's one of my faults. That's me. Were you angry? Were you a leader? Were you a servant? Were you prompt? Or were you one of the ones that was usually late? Are you stuck up? Are you really judgmental? Are you patient? Are you reliable? How many people seriously do you think would actually be at your funeral? What would you leave behind on this earth for people to remember you by? What would be your legacy? And that's really what I want y'all to think about. My English teacher actually talked about nature and how nature will actually erase you from the earth like you were never here when you die. And really, it's not really nature that does that, but it's God that created the nature that does that. It says in the Bible that you will go back to where you came from. We're made from dust, and you're going to return to dust. And we can't do anything about that, and that's kind of cool to think about. What are you going to leave behind when you're physically not here anymore? What's going to be your legacy? What people really remember you for? What will you leave behind? It's kind of hard to think about. What would you say are some good characteristics you have? I personally now try to treat others how I would want to be treated, because I don't want to treat somebody like the way I've been treated and being hurt by that. I don't want to hurt somebody else like I've been hurt. So I really want to treat other people how I would want to be treated. What are some bad characteristics you have? Me, I wear my feelings on my face. If I'm mad, you're gonna tell. That's just me. That's a bad thing, but what are some of yours? Don't worry, I'll wait. That would have worked, but I don't have a watch. Now, when I think of a legacy, I think of Job. I just want y'all to take this week to think about what you would leave behind. What really would be your legacy? Think about some of the good things you have, some of the bad things you have, characteristically. Is that a word? Is that a word? We're gonna make it a word. Characteristically. C-H-A-R-I-C, character, no. C-H-A-R-A-C-T-E-R-I-S-T, stick, I-C-A-L-L-Y. Characteristically. Webster, you can add that to the dictionary, sir. And really think about what legacy you would leave behind. Next week, we're going to talk about Job and how he left a legacy that I really would want to live up to. So y'all just take this week to think about that. And I know it's a little shorter. I know the last two were pretty long. I just want y'all to think about that. I hope y'all have a good week. Love and peace, guys. Good.
That's right. That's right. My life sorta like a Coogi sweater. That's right. My life like a Coogi sweater. That's right. That's right. My life sorta like a Coogi sweater.
Next week, we're gonna have another video, another one. another one. And then after that, we're going to have another one. Shout out to Josh Coleman, man.
I never ever thought that I'd be here. Went from sitting all